All right, so this is your standard Bobcat compact tractor. As you can see, it is a very small, very square, very compact tractor specifically made for tight spaces. Now, one thing you need to be aware of when driving and operating this particular vehicle is that the engine is in the rear of the tractor, which means that it is very heavy to the rear of the vehicle. So when you're going over hills or bumps, it is very likely to tip backwards. Now, it does have a small bumper there, so it's not going to completely fall over backwards unless you're going up a rather steep hill, but it will tip backwards, and that is something to be aware of and not to get scared of, because when you get scared, you tend to slam on the levers and do stupid things. Okay, so this is the actually quite compact model. They make much larger versions of this tractor. In order to access the engine compartment, you are going to come over to the rear hatch, and you will see that there is a indentation right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach in there, and you're going to find the lever. You're going to pull it towards yourself, and then the door comes open. So this is a large steel heavy door. And then here we can see our diesel engine. Now, if you're having trouble starting your tractor, what you're going to need to do is come to your fuel valve here. You're going to turn the valve open a little bit, and then you're going to pump down here. You're going to pump this several times. What's going to happen is fuel is going to squirt out of a little hole in here, which is going to eliminate any air bubbles that are in your fuel lines, and that will allow your tractor to start much easier. That's a little trick that you should know if you're going to operate this tractor, because a lot of times you're going to have trouble starting it, and it's simply because there's air in the lines. Other than that, you're not really going to mess with much back here unless you need to do maintenance on it. Okay, so when you go to actually get in the tractor, you're going to enter it by stepping on the bucket, and then you're simply going to go in and sit in the seat. Now, it's a lot like driving a spaceship in some ways. So what you actually have to do in order to start this, first of all, you're going to swing down the safety bar. This tractor will not operate at all unless this safety bar is closed. Sensors down here on the sides that tell the tractor when the safety bar is down. You don't have to buckle the seat belt, but you do have to lower the safety bar. So once you've gotten in and you've lowered the safety bar, you're going to look up, and to your upper left is going to be your key. Now, because this is a diesel tractor, you're going to need to turn it to the run position, which will warm the glow plugs. So I'm just going to do that right now, and it will make a beeping noise, so I always leave it there for a minute. Now, I am low on fuel, which is why it's beeping. So over here to my right is the instrument cluster, which tells you everything you need to know. So right now you can't really see it because it's pretty dark, but it's beeping that there is low fuel. So I'm just going to turn that off so that does not continue to bother us. Okay, so once you've entered your tractor, you have two levers. You have a lever to your right and a lever to your left. Now, these levers are what control your wheels. So these are going to be your steering levers. So when you push your left lever forward, the wheels on the left of the tractor move. And when you push your right lever forward, the wheels on the right of the tractor move. Now, your feet, there are two pedals down here at your feet. These pedals are what operate the bucket. So your left pedal is going to lift the entire bucket arm up and down. It's going to lift it up by pushing on the rear of the pedal, and it's going to push it down by pushing on the front of the pedal. Now, your pedal to the right is what controls the tilt and angle of the bucket. By pushing the front of the pedal, you angle the bucket down, and by pushing the rear of the pedal, you angle the bucket up. Okay, so the last control you need to know about is the throttle. Now, the throttle is right here, so when it's pushed all the way back towards the rear of the tractor, that is at low speed, and when it's pushed all the way up, that is at top speed. So when you go to start the tractor, you need to make sure this is all the way in the low position. You don't want to start the tractor up with the engine in full throttle. The last control you need to know about is the parking brake. So this is the parking brake right down here by your right foot. When you push this parking brake forward, that puts the parking brake on. So now your tractor, your hydraulics, everything are locked up. And when you push it back, that releases it. So you now can control everything. So that's released. So those are pretty much the only controls you need to know for operating this tractor. It does take some practice to get it done correctly. One thing to be aware of, if you hit any bump, the tractor will bounce. And if you hit a significant bump, the tractor will bounce like a bucking bronco. And you have the potential to either flip the tractor or just generally hurt yourself. So be very careful with that. So I'm gonna start up the tractor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my key to the run position, which allows the glow plugs to warm up. Now, I've been operating this for a while, so it doesn't need to warm up for very long. You never want to start the tractor up with the engine in full throttle, as that's just very bad for your engine. Okay, so now that I have everything ready, I've checked that the throttle is in low position, and I have my safety bar down. I have all the controls in my controls. So now I'm going to start the tractor. So to do that, you simply turn the key like you would in a car. Now that I have the tractor running, I'm just going to show you. So when I push on the rear foot pedal, so I'm going to push down, you can see the bucket goes up. When I push forward with I push on the toe with my boot, the bucket goes down. And so that is the left control, that is the left foot pedal. For the right foot pedal, when I push down with my heel, the angle of the bucket goes up. When I push down with my toe, the angle of the bucket goes down. It's really very simple. You just have to get used to it. Now as for the wheel levers, which are on either side, when I push on the left lever, my tractor spins to the right. When I push on the right lever, my tractor spins to the left. Okay, so now when you want to go forward, so if you just want to go straight forward, you're going to pull both levers. So you're going to push both levers forward or rear at the same time. So pulling them both back is going to bring you backwards, like so. And pushing them both forward is going to roll you forwards, like so. And here is my throttle control. So you can see when I push this forward, the engine gets a lot louder. When I pull it back, the engine settles down. So that's how you guys use that. So when you're going to go to operate it, you push it forward to get the engine at a good speed, and then you simply use it. You don't usually want to use the tractor with the engine at a real low speed because it just doesn't work very well. All right, well, there you go. That's a super basic operator's course in how to run the Bobcat compact tractor. If you found this video helpful or useful, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.